All right, Shalom. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and honors and salutations to you, Akim, labor. All right, this is brother Yakakam Hardab. I go by Hardab for short. But I had an encounter with the individual. He a Jake, and pretty much, he's a follower of Nathaniel 7. He's a part of the IUIC. And I had an encounter with him where, I was getting ready to walk the dog, and he just happened to pull up, and he know that I've been in the faith for, years, almost 6 years this year coming up. But I remember speaking to this guy a few years ago, about the faith, about this knowledge. And I guess he ended up choosing to, follow Nathaniel IUIC's teachings. So we had a debate, and it was the same old you get from IUIC member, or IUIC follower. And it was a law, and there's nothing wrong with teaching the law. You're supposed to teach the law. That's all fine. We never knock that. We never knock that. But it's more important to know about faith. Okay, because faith will lead you to rehearsing the righteous acts, which are the law. Real quick, before I read that precept, let's go to Judges 5:11. All right, just Judges 5:11. It reads, "They that are delivered from the noise of the archers, from the noise of archers, in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of its villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates." So, no matter where we at, we are supposed to rehearse the righteous acts, which are the law. And if you think that the law is going to get you through, all right, these times, you're wrong. If you think that it's going to get you to the kingdom of heaven, you're wrong, because it's more about faith. All right. Like I said, faith leads you to rehearsing the law. And I wasn't prepared to have a conversation, as far as, I want to do other things like walk the dog, but me being a zealous man for the Most High and the Son, I defended the gospel, because he was quickly to call myself and even other brothers and even the elder apostles, he basically slandered us, saying that, we said it's okay to sleep with little girls and all that old soft, sensitive shit they go into about the subject matter of when a young woman or young female becomes a woman. And so I get out that encounter, that having encountered IUIC members, you know how it goes when you have a spiritual debate or just debate of the scriptures. So, I'm gonna save you the time of hearing that part of it. You know how that goes. Even the rape issue, and pretty much, when we got into it, I was like, when we didn't get into it, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say get into it. When we got into the subject matter, I should say, because we actually had a real peaceful dialogue. But I went to the righteous acts, which are the law, or the laws, and I was cutting him because he had long hair, and his beard was all neatly groomed, like he was GQ lining, and he got to go into the law, and I was just making simple points about the law, like according to the Passover, did you keep the Passover the way it's written within the law? And he beat around the bush till he eventually had to say no, because I said, did you sprinkle the blood upon your door and the side window post? You know, he said no. So I said, well, you didn't keep the whole Passover. You know, the law is there to show you how to go about to do things, all right, especially concerning high holy days, concerning judgment. So, you know, I quickly, you know, made him run a little bit with the law, because he kept on saying the law, law, law. And why I'm not wearing my fringes to work, you know, things like that. So, what this video is going to be about is, you know, being, you know, grounded in faith, all right? Or just having faith in general, you know, and you know, Lord willing, is edifying to you, Akim, that may watch, you know, and hear. The same as you few Aquath as well. All right, this is the book of, let's see, let's go back to, what was that, Ephesians. Ephesians 2:8. And it reads, for by grace are ye saved through faith. Through faith. Now, if you don't know what faith is, go to the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, to tell you what faith is. All right. It says, for by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High. It's the Most High is the one that gives you faith. All right. You're not anyone special. If you have the law down packed to you knowing it, but you can't do the whole law. We're not a sovereign nation. We're not a sovereign people. And if you could, still want to get you into the kingdom of heaven. All right. And the Most High, you know, is you know, the Most High is not, you know, accepting Israelites by the works of the law. All right. Now, you rehearse the law. Yeah, you know, Romans 3 and 31. Do we then make void the law through faith? The Most High forbid, yea, we establish the law. So, yes, we do teach the law. The elder apostles taught us the law, and he also taught us to teach the law. So, we do teach about the law. We go into the law a lot, you know. So, without any further ado, I'm just going to keep on going. Guys just don't have an understanding of what faith is. Now this is, let's see, Galatians chapter 3. Let's go to Galatians chapter 3. And this video may be long, so just bear with me, you know. Galatians chapter 3, starting at 1. O foolish Galatians, who had bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, for whose eyes Yahweh Mashiach has been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only will I learn of you, receiving ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith. Are ye so foolish? Having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh? Have you suffered so many things in vain? If you be yet in vain, he therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit and worketh miracles among you, doeth it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith. Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. And, you know, our forefather Abraham, you know, he knew righteousness, but he more importantly had faith. You remember, you know, Abraham was asked to sacrifice his son, which was Isaac. All right, and our forefather Abraham was going to motion to do that. He was getting ready to sacrifice Isaac until the angel was sent to stop him, because it showed Abraham's faith, okay, in the Most High. It says, Let me start at 5 again. He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit and worketh miracles among you, do he it by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith? Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. See what I mean? It's about your faith. Abraham is one of the fathers of the promise. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You know? That's why the scriptures say, not because they're the seed of Abraham are they accounted for. Alright? But you have guys like Israelites, that's out here, alright, in Israel, and they teaching that the law is all that matters. No, the law is not all that matters. It's about your faith, more importantly. When Paul was on his journeys, right? Paul ran into Israelites that were in different lands outside of the land of Israel, and pretty much, when Paul encountered them, some of them knew the law, some of them didn't know the law. Did Paul teach him about the law? Of course, Paul was a Pharisee. He was one that was an Israelite that was studied and raised in the law. But more importantly, Paul taught about faith. All right, and that's what it's about. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 15. Let's see. Let's start at 1. It says, and certain men which came down from Judea taught the brethren and said, except ye be circumcised after the manner of Moses, ye cannot be saved. The circumcision concerning the circumcision of the flesh, it's within the law. Excuse me. Verse 2, it says, when therefore Paul and Barnabas had no small dissension and disputation, with them, they determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them should go up to Jerusalem unto the apostles and elders about this question. And being brought on their way by the church, they passed through Phoenicia and Samaria, declaring the conversion of the Gentiles, and they caused great joy unto all the brethren. And those Gentiles were the Israelites, by the way. It says, verse 4, and when they were come to Jerusalem, they were received of the church and of the apostles and elders, and they declared all things that the Most High had done with them. But there rose up certain of the sect of the Pharisees. Now, when you know about the Pharisees, which I encourage you to go in the scriptures and learn what a Pharisee is. Like I said, it's someone that raised and study and know the law. Which Paul was a Pharisee himself. All right. It says, but there rose up certain of the sect of the Pharisees which believed, saying that it was needful to circumcise them and to command them to keep the law of Moses. And the apostles and elders came together to consider of this matter. And when there had been much disputing, Peter rose up and said unto them, men and brethren, ye know how that a good while ago the Most High made choice among us that the Gentiles by mouth should hear the word of the gospel and believe. And the Most High, which knoweth the hearts, bear them witness, giving them the Holy Spirit, even as he did unto us, and put no difference between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith. All right. So the Most High used them, all right, through his Son to go to the Israelite foreigners, which were called Gentiles, all right, meaning what they was in a Gentile state of mind. A lot of them live outside of out of Israel, and someone was doing heathen customs, and even looking like heathen as far as the dress code and everything. Even appearance. Some Israelites don't look like typical Israelites as well. But more importantly, you know, um, the Israelites then they heard by the word, and that sealed them because the Most High had given them the gift of faith. All right, because faith is what drew them in. The Most High had instilled them with faith. All right, He gave them the gift of faith, and that's how those Israelites that was in certain regions, when they came into the fold, all right, when certain brethren came into the fold, they believed. All right, and who they believe in? They believe in Yahweh Shai. All right, and I was telling him, like, I'm not knocking, you teaching the law. You're supposed to teach the law. But you got to teach about faith as well. And that's the reason why Elder Apostle Tahar started saying that we are faith-based Israelites. Because it's true, we are faith-based Israelites. All right, this is concerning the law again. Romans chapter 3, verse 19 says, "Now we know that what things soever the law saith is said to them who are under the law, that every mouth may be stopped, and all the world may become guilty before the Most High. Therefore, by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in His sight, for by the law is the knowledge of sin." So the law won't justify you, all right, in the sight of the Most High, for you Israelites that think so, because you can't keep the whole law. If you drink lemonade, lemonade has yellow 5, yellow 6 in it. That's from pork fat. It is pork fat. All right, so Esau puts a lot of things. You have to literally watch, not just for food. Can you break the law real easily? Because Esau puts a lot of pork in a lot of things. All right, but you have to make sure you're wearing the same fabric. You're not supposed to wear mixed fabrics. Like you can't wear cotton and polyester. All right, the law is against that. Okay, and if you're talking about keeping the law, the whole law. Well, when you see a homosexual, all right, do you put him to death? When you see a Israelite that's into witchcraft, do you put him to death? Do you work when the Sabbath come around, according to the new moon? When the new moon falls? See, there are things that, that are within the law that you can't keep. Like I said before, we're not a sovereign nation. All right. Let me continue on. It says, verse 20. It says, Therefore by the deeds of the law there shall no flesh be justified in His sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. So you see that, the Most High, He gave us the law through His Son by the hand of Moses. And yes, we had the law. But not only that, the Most High instilled certain of us Israelites, mainly the elect, all right, mainly and namely the elect of our people. Lord willing, I'm a part of the elect. All right, He gave us the gift of faith. And that's why you're going out to the highways and hedges and doing weekly videos. Verse 21 21 again, it says, "But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. For all have," first and foremost, we, all right, because of the righteousness of the Most High and Him granting us mercy, all right, giving us faith that we believe in His Son Yahweh Shah because of faith. We believe in Yahweh. We believe in Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? Because of faith. All right. We didn't just wake up one day we had faith. No, the Most High rooted you with faith in the spirit world. You was chosen aforetime. All right, from the beginning to be doing what you're doing. Now, when I'm talking about doing what you're doing, meaning like all the rest of us arguing, we are teaching the whole doctrine. We're not sugarcoating anything. We're not getting emotional because of one doctrine or one one thing as far as